Does anybody remember the television show on PBS, Caillou? It's a show about a little kid who goes to all these places and deals with real life situations. There was another episode that was so fucked up I had to tell someone. You might be wondering, how do I know this other episode? Well, I used to work at PBS Studios. There was a man who was a lead animator for a Caillou special which was supposed to revive the struggling franchise in 2008. His name was Daniel Bottom Dweller. He would work day after day in an isolated room designing a special that would blow our minds. As he said, he indeed blew our minds, but not in a nice way, in a sick, twisted way. One day, he rounded up the cast and crew of the show to watch his final product. "Alright, guys," said Daniel, as he pulled out a Nerf gun. "I just made this brand new Caillou episode. You guys are gonna go watch it. I swear to you, if you don't go out of your way and watch this, I will shoot you with this Nerf gun." Not having anything better to do, we obeyed him. He gave us 2 DVDs and left for unknown reasons. We put the first DVD in to see our guaranteed masterpiece of the episode. If only we knew what would befall. The first DVD started. It had a normal theme song for Caillou, and it brought back memories of past episodes for me. A title card appeared and it said, "Family Secrets." The episode began with Caillou in a movie theater, watching Avatar, with his dad sitting beside him. Our first look at Caillou was horrifying. His eyes were red, he had male skin, dog ears, a hat, and he sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He asked his father a question. "Daddy, why would she do that to us?" "Blarg!" asked Caillou. "I don't know, son," said his dad, who sounded like a teenage girl. "Just, watch the movie." And then went to a shot of their house in a flashback, I presumed. Caillou's mom was in the kitchen cooking something when her husband walked in with a present somewhat scary look. He had dark rings around his eyes and no eyebrows. He was sobbing. "The results, so came back from the hospital," said his dad. "Caillou is really the Terminator." His sobbing increased, but somehow his mother seemed unfazed. Was she in shock, outrage, sadness, barbecue sauce? She just walked out of the room and began dusting around the house. She noticed her husband's wallet on the table in the living room. Inside of it, she saw $100,000 cash with 2 coupons for free KFC 12-piece buckets. It prompted the man next to me to say, "What the, Colonel Sanders?" Inside of the wallet, there was a phone number that belonged to Miss Martin, Caillou's preschool teacher. Caillou's mom confronted her husband and slammed her across the face with the $100,000. Excuse me. He then picked up it to throw it at her, but it missed and got shoved in a paper shredder. This is where the conversation started. "What the Colonel is this?" asked Caillou's mom, sounding like Don Lino from Shark Tale. "I don't know," said his father. "Yes, you do, you hog," said his mother. "You own a KFC franchise when you know I'm vegan." "It's not like I get money from you anymore. Since you had those kids, I told you to eat them. Heck, I would have gotten the A1 sauce and mashed potatoes ready to feast on them, since I thought they were going to be made out of steak. But no, you wouldn't let me, you stupid vegan." Caillou's mother began to sob, as she put her hands over her eyes. Meanwhile, Caillou's dad went over to the crock pot that she had on the stove. He slammed it on the ground and 16 ribeye steaks fell out. The argument continued. "What the ribeye is this, you hypocrite?" asked Caillou's dad. "Oh, I'm the hypocrite? You're the one who owns the KFC of our son's teacher," said his mom. "Excuse me, if I thought he was a robot, he would have exceeded academics, so I became a teacher and taught Miss Mara reading, writing, and KFC. You're a monster." "Yeah, and you are like a silly vegan, so live with it," said Caillou's dad, had an argument like that. We were all in shock by what we just heard. One of the other men began to look for Daniel. Caillou's mom lifted her hands to her face and her eyes were brown. She grabbed a guitar, stormed past her husband, and ran out the door. Down from the stairs came Caillou and Rosie. "Daddy, why were you and Mommy yelling? Blarg?" asked Caillou. "Because your mother has so lost her mind," responded Caillou's dad. The next scene was Caillou's mother bursting open the door of the preschool. Miss Martin saw her brown eyes and she said, "Oh, Colonel!" Caillou's mom saw the kids around her. She ordered them to land against the wall, Miss Martin included. The first one to go is Leo. He ran out of the room after Caillou's mom played White Iverson by Post Malone on her guitar. She then went on to play various songs by Blink-182 and caused Clementine, Xavier, and Emma to run out of the building. Then she heard McDonald's Big Mac and Miss Martin and caused her to retreat to her KSC. We were all terrified at this point. The cats thought that most of the crew did too. There were only two other people and me. Caillou's mom went back to her house. Caillou and his dad were in the basement. Rosie wasn't there. She went into her room to sleep. Caillou's mom went upstairs and saw her daughter sleeping. She then put her butt up to her face and farted on her. Apparently she had Taco Bell the night before, and this is enough to cause Rosie to jump out the window and run away, screaming. That got to intermission had the puppets in the original seasons, but what we saw them do was really messed up. Rexy the Blue Dinosaur spoon-feeding Teddy and McDonald's Big Mac meal of a Coke for 5 whole minutes, until Dee Dee the Squirrel came out of a grab pack and got the entire Big Mac meal like Master Shifu from Kung Fu Panda. The screen faded black with screams of terror. Back to the show. Caillou's mom farted on his grandparents and caused them to run away. I almost peed myself. The cops earlier showed up and tried to put Caillou's mom in handcuffs, but she farted on the officer, causing her to run away. Booyakah! Yelled Caillou's mom, sounding like Oscar from Shark Tale. Another officer took out a can for Breeze and sprayed Caillou's mom with it, causing her to drop dead due to how powerful the smell was. It then cut back to the movie theater. Caillou and his dad continued watching the movie until the ghost of Caillou's mom rushed in and farted on everybody, causing him to run away. I can't take it anymore, yelled Caillou's dad. My family ruined my KSC job. Now it's time to get farted on. He T-posed in front of the ghost of Caillou's mom and let her fart on him, causing him to run away. Caillou then changed to a Teletubby and said, Everyone, bye-bye, blarg. The DVD ended. We took the DVD in the unwatched one, which said Family Secrets commentary on it, and threw it in the garbage. We later found out that Daniel farted on his wife, but was never found. Then we clarified the DVDs are not destroyed, and they are still out there somewhere. If you've seen a DVD of Family Secrets, or Family Secrets commentary on it, do not watch them. For the love of God, do not watch them.